Good morning, students. Class 10th Chemistry, Chapter 2, Part 13. The more the electronegativity difference between two atoms forming a bond, more is the polar nature of the molecule. If electronegativity difference is more, then the molecule will be a polar covalent molecule. The bond formed between two atoms. See the points? With same electronegativity is nonpolar. If electronegativity is same, then the molecule will be a non-polar covalent molecule. With slightly different electronegativity is polar. If there is a slightly difference in the electronegativity, then the molecule will be a polar covalent molecule. We know that the slightly difference electronegativity means the slightly positive charge and slightly negative charge, and this molecule can make ionized by adding water. With much electronegativity, difference is ionic. If electronegativity difference is high, then the molecule or a compound will be an ionic molecule or compound. Since a polar covalent molecule has both positive and negative poles, it is also known as a dipole molecule. If there are the two poles, then the molecule will be a dipole molecule. Two poles means two charges, such as the positive and the negative. Here, this is the definition of the dipole molecule. A molecule that has both slightly positive and slightly negative charge is called a dipole molecule. Next point, conditions for the formation of a covalent bond. See the points. First point, both atoms should have 4 or more electrons in their outermost shell, that is nonmetals. We know that nonmetals are the elements having 4 or more than 4 electrons in their outermost shell, and they gain the electron and become stable. Exceptions are hydrogen, beryllium, boron, aluminium, etc. Second point, both the atoms should have high electronegativity. If electronegativity will be high, then the covalent bond can form. Examples are chlorine molecule, nitrogen molecule. Third point, both the atoms should have high electron affinity. If electron affinity will be a high, then the covalent bond can form. Electron affinity, the amount of energy released when an electron enters in an atom. Next point, both the atom should have a high ionization energy. So ionization energy will be high, then the covalent bond can form. Ionization energy, the amount of energy required to remove the electron from an atom. Last point, the electronegativity difference between the combining atom should be either be 0 or negligible. So here the electronegativity difference will be 0 or negligible, then the covalent bond can form.